If you're looking for a compact pickup truck, hold your horses. Neither of the two offerings available today, being the Maverick and Santa Cruz, offer any real value for money compared to either midsize trucks or compact SUVs. But GM's upcoming compact pickup truck intends on fixing by offering true raw capability combined with extremely approachable price point. So if you value your money, stick with us as we check this new kid out as GM CEO releases a new $19,000 pickup truck and wows everyone. New truck, old namesake. What we adore about this new pickup truck is that GM has decided to bring back a legendary namesake with it, the GMC Syclone. This fan-favorite pickup truck from the early 90s has been a true revolution to the segment and was the precursor to many modern performance-oriented trucks such as the Ford Raptor lineup. Now, sure, you shouldn't expect the new GMC Syclone to be a direct successor to the old model as, well, times have changed, and you really shouldn't expect it to throw its focus onto performance. No, the new Syclone will be a far more sensible pickup truck in every way. First of all, the Syclone will be a unibody pickup truck and not just a body-on-frame one, which will ensure great on-road comfort as well as excellent composition in the bends, which will allow it to wrestle against the Ford Maverick and the Santa Cruz effortlessly. However, unlike its rivals, the Syclone will come both as an extended cab or a crew cab, allowing it to cater to much wider audiences. And to help it cater to those of us that need a proper truck and not a poser vehicle like the Maverick, the Syclone will rely on tradition instead of going all in terms of modernity. An already proven platform. GM understands that people buying the Syclone couldn't care less about having all the bells and whistles. What they care about is a reliable, dependable, easy-to-fix vehicle, and that's exactly what the Syclone will give to them. The GMC Syclone will sit on the previous generation GMC Terrain's platform. However, it'll be aesthetically modernized to resemble the newest Terrain's exterior. This platform, also known as GM's Delta platform, has already been very well proven and has collectively been regarded as a very solid budget platform, making it the best pick for the new Syclone. This means that you'll be getting independent multi-link rear suspension that is both far more sophisticated than the Ford Maverick's twist beam and is also far more robust than it, allowing the Syclone to withstand far more torture than the brittle little Maverick, being better to drive and more comfortable. The front will be more conventional for this price point, using regular McPherson struts and not something more complicated like, say, double wishbones, which means that the front axle will remain simple and cheap to fix. Technology-wise, you shouldn't expect a state-of-the-art vehicle. However, all the regular safety features that modern GM products have will be there, and the interior will be somewhere between the current gen Terrain and the previous gen model, but more on that later. Now, it's time to check out a more pressing matter. Proper work engines. Although the Syclone will be situated on an older platform, you can expect an appearance of various powerful and modern engines. The entry-level engine will be the 1.5-liter Turbo 4 engine that was introduced late into the Terrain's previous gen lifespan and is used as the sole powertrain of the current generation. This unit, while generally unremarkable, will be a good starting point for the Syclone, offering around 175 horsepower and up to 205 pound-feet of torque, depending on if you're going for all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive drivetrain. This makes it marginally less capable than the Ford Maverick's entry-level hybrid. However, because it has a turbocharger and because it's far lighter than the hybrid, you can expect it to be quite a bit springier than the Blue Oval truck. This engine, with standard front-wheel drive, will be able to tow up to 2,000 pounds, which is identical to the Maverick. However, with all-wheel drive, you'll see a rise of around 500 pounds. This is both because the all-wheel drive version will come with an automatic gearbox and not a CVT, and well, because traction and torque will be superior. However, if you need a more capable engine, you'll also be getting a 2-liter Turbo 4 engine that was used on the previous gen GMC Acadia. This powertrain will push out around 230 horsepower, making it pretty comparable to the Ford Maverick's 2-liter EcoBoost engine. This engine will be exclusively mated to an all-wheel drive drivetrain and will be the perfect choice for a more serious truck, offering up to 4,500 pounds of towing capacity, which is just a lick under the Santa Cruz. However, this won't be the most powerful powertrain. No, that title goes to the all-new 2.5-liter Turbo 4 engine, which produces upwards of 325 horsepower and enough torque to pull the world apart. This unit, first seen with the new Acadia, will be reserved for the performance-oriented version of the Syclone, which will be a nod to the original and a direct competitor to the Maverick Lobo. It'll utilize an 8-speed automatic gearbox instead of the 9-speed used on the previous two engines, which has been done to grant it a more elastic power band and torque delivery. You shouldn't expect it to be a towing machine, topping out at around 3,500 pounds. However, if you're up for a small performance truck that is extremely unique, this will definitely be the best choice for you. Work-oriented interior. As for the inside, the new GMC Syclone will be a mixed bag if we're being honest. Essentially, the skeleton of the inside will be lifted straight from the previous generation terrain. In fact, the entry-level model will only see a change of steering wheel with the same in-dash infotainment and analog dials with very little functions. Quality-wise, this interior will be made entirely of hard plastics to ensure low pricing and high durability as well as ease of repair. In addition to that, you won't be getting stuff like an armrest, automatic climate control, or any real luxuries apart from the basic amenities, which does sound rather, well, disappointing to say the least. The seats will be fairly simplistic and made entirely out of cloth with no real support or bolstering, but enough padding to make them quite comfortable to sit in. You'll definitely feel like you're riding a dated vehicle, but hey, this is, after all, the entry-level model that is designed with work in mind, so we really aren't complaining that much. As for the higher trim levels, the overall layout will remain similar. However, GMC's new vertical screen will be introduced instead of a dated old unit. And with it, you'll also get dual-zone climate controls as standard too. You'll have an option of switching from the old analog gauges to fully digital ones lifted straight from the brand new terrain. These gauges will also be made standard for the top-of-the-line trims. In addition to that, higher trims will be getting better profiled leatherette and semi-leatherette seats and generally nicer interior materials, making the cabin feel a touch more upscale. Sure, you shouldn't expect a luxury vehicle, however, it'll sit somewhere between the Maverick and the Santa Cruz, which is good enough for us. And this brings us to the final point for today: pricing and trim levels. The GMC Syclone will be offered in 5 distinct trim levels, which are further expanded depending on the drivetrain you choose. The entry-level trim will be the Syclone Base, which will offer only the basics: cloth seats, an extended cab, a 1.5-liter front-wheel drive-only powertrain as the only option, and white as the only color choice. You'll also get halogen headlamps and steel wheels, and there'll be no way to upgrade this trim. This will really be the workman's version of the Syclone, designed specifically for tradesmen that need a truck to commute mostly around town. This will allow the Syclone to have a far more approachable price than its competition, starting at around $19,000. However, you'll have to agree that it'll be quite a compromised vehicle for the money. Next up is the Elevation trim, which will be very similar to the base in a sense that it'll share the same dated interior and will be generally quite under-equipped. However, it'll at least give you a choice of going either crew cab or all-wheel drive, as well as offering alloy wheels and a nicer choice of colors. The extended cab front-wheel drive version of this truck will start at around $22,000 and will go up to $26,000 for the all-wheel drive crew cab. Next up is the AT4, which will be the first one to introduce the 2-liter powertrain, and it'll come as standard as a crew cab with all-wheel drive. You'll also get improved interior, and semi-leatherette seats will be offered as standard. It'll be off-road oriented, competing against the Maverick Tremor, but will be more approachable at $32,000. The range topper will be the Denali, which will come as a crew cab and start at $32,000 for the front-wheel drive version and $34,000 for the all-wheel drive version. It'll come with leatherette seats that are lightly kilted and heated, as well as a fully digital gauge cluster. You'll also get a more premium exterior with nice alloy wheels and a rich choice of colors. The performance version will be the Syclone Legacy, and it'll come as an extended cab with a bespoke body kit and with an interior that'll use stuff like bucket seats from the Cadillac Blackwing and will be a direct competitor to the Maverick Lobo. It'll start from around $40,000. As for the release date, the GMC Syclone will enter production later this year, with sales starting in the first or second quarter next year. Thanks for watching and see you next time.